Hey, what's up, everyone? Matt here from Hey Now, and you're tuned into the Hey Now podcast. We are back in the AO studio. I think we're calling it Studio 5, and we're here with John Templeman. Really excited. Known him probably over 10 years by now, and we are really excited. He is not only a musician and into all the things that I like, but also in the development world at Cleveland State University. So we look forward to the conversation. If you haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, do whatever it is people do online, and we look forward to hearing your comments below.
You are now listening to the Hey Now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, hey, hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now.
The Hey Now Media Podcast.
Yes.
But this will be the first Blindside Blues Band studio album that Jib Machine's ever released. It's their 16th overall. In fact, it's called XVI 16. And it'll come out August 18th. And then in September, the band is going over to Poland for four shows throughout the country. I'm heading over myself. I'm going to go to Europe a week earlier, do some travel, meet up with a person that does a lot of our graphics who lives in Germany for a couple days. And I've met him we've talked tons of times online, but I've never met him in person. And then I will meet the band in Poland and do the tour with them. We have, in Cleveland, when we first started out, we were pretty much like a punk label, metal punk label. We've since I signed a distribution deal, we've since set up some offshoots. We have an EDM imprint called Electric Stick Records, and then just revived a metal imprint that had been around years ago, then went away, and we brought it back that a friend of mine used to run called Colossal Force Records. And Colossal Force will put out metal releases, and in fact, the first new release on Colossal Force in years just came out this past Friday. A project of mine called Alcoholics Bach. Have a couple punk bands that's still true to our roots. The Nihilistics, who are one of the legendary first hardcore punk bands ever, from New York City. They formed in 1979. We signed them a couple years ago. Another band, punk band from New Jersey, New York, New Jersey area called W70. I signed them last year. The Hostile Amish, they've been on the label since 2006. They're still
Always one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're still doing their thing. A lot of times I'll have to record the bands myself, or they'll record with Brandon, or they come to me with a finished product. But then mainly what I help is to sit down with the artist. We talk about goals. We talk about what they want to accomplish, what they're going to bring to the table. And then we put together a marketing plan. And every plan is, there's similarities between them, but everybody's different based on their needs, their audience, where they're at in their career. And then we just put their music out and execute the plan. So my parents were in a band together, so I guess my first instrument would be singing.
Okay.
But I do remember when I was like 5 years old, I took some drum lessons, and then my dad taught me some guitar. I took piano lessons for a couple years, and I was probably around 10 or 11. And then after that, I kind of was self-taught. I just took that information, and now I can pretty much play. I play drums, I play guitar, bass, sing. I'm not a virtuoso on anything, but as I've said before, I know just enough to be dangerous, and at least if I have an idea in my head, to get it on tape. I'm mostly Italian, and I still have family that live in Italy. My family my great-grandfather owned a villa there.
Oh, wow. With
two of his brothers, and then when he and the one brother came over to America, they sold all their shares to the other brother, whose family still runs it today. 2017, it was the 100th anniversary that the villa was in our family. The villa itself's like 400 years old.
Oh my gosh.
But a bunch of us from all over the world went there. And so I met all these cousins from Italy and a lot of ones that are living in Canada. It was amazing. Totally messed with my head in a good way. You know what I mean? So I'm the director of annual giving there. I've been in annual giving work since '99, so it's something that I enjoy. It's a lot of annual giving is a lot of an artistic type position because you have to put a marketing plan together, use multiple channels nowadays to reach multiple different segments and audiences, using a lot of direct marketing and direct mail, texting now, crowdfunding, email, voicemail drop. Well, 10 years ago, before the advent of social media and smartphones, it was pretty easy. Phone centers ruled the world. You would pretty much do 2-3 direct mail appeals a year, call the hell out of your audience, and then go visit your best like 50, 100 people.
Right.
You know, all in a day's work. Now it's like you have boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z.
You still have to do that.
Yeah, you have to segment because they communicate differently. Then it's who are our donors, who are our non-donors, who are our lapsed donors, who was giving and then now they're not giving. How do we reactivate them, make them donors again?
Is there a big difference in the average annual gift now versus like a long time ago? Or are things pretty like with cost of living changes, there's inflation, like does it seem like pretty steady, or do you see like a giant decrease, an increase?
The trend over the last few years has been more money from less donors. So your average gift is higher,
right?
But that's because you have less people giving. It's like being a mad scientist, right? It's putting this plan together and then executing it, but having sound processes that you just follow throughout the year, and hopefully you're able to hit whatever goals you set for yourself, whether it be donors and dollars or both, or that's how it works.
Donors and dollars. It sounds like the next marketing campaign.
Right.